separation. To the beginning of the forehead, straight line in one stripes. To the distinction we have reserved until the end of the neck, we say profile separation. Crown separation in Division 2. Crown separation is also 2 eyebrows, 2 ears apart, 1. The distinction we have separated from ear to ear, we call crown separation. With this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. So profile separation and crown separation hair automatically 4. We separate the main part. We make this distinction first. When creating a distinction, because we will form the basis of the bob distinction here. From the bottom of every distinction, I'm creating one horizontal distinction. After creating the distinction on the right and left sides, as you can see again, here, I clearly state with lines. After creating this separation, we will cut the basic length of the hair. In this distinction, after cutting hair length, without creating any mistakes, is your right side short? Is your left side long? It's like it happened, we eliminate the problems. First, we determine the length of the hair. Here is our guide hair length. From the middle part of the hair, from the neck, we want to see. Creating a distinction. The first distinction is a distinction where we will determine the length of the hair, as you can see here. Starting from the middle part, we will cut the other parts to the same size. We will start from the nape part, and when I come to the front parts, light 1 horizontal at an angle of 45 TL. Short to forward 1A. We will continue our haircut with an angle. As you can see here, with the sharp horse cutting technique. With straight scissor stroke, I continue our haircut. After crossing to the left, we use our comb as a ruler. The hair point we cut before, aligning comb with 6 haircut technique. We cut straight one way. If you want here, you can also cut it straight in one way. If you want, it's a little lighter to make the front a little longer. Horizontal 1 distinction, exhibiting a horizontal 1E grip. 1 slightly forward at a slightly 45-degree angle. We can get in view. If you want the light front to be long here, comb a little horizontally in one way. We can make it look longer one by holding. After cutting here, the left side is the same as the right side. Here to prevent the protrusion of the ear, so I scan it backwards, separating it from the middle part of the ear. Lightweight, and prevent the protrusion of the ear here. You know, your hair, to prevent it from being crooked. After separating, my comb is slightly forward again, a slightly curved shape. Holding it so I don't cut it straight, to provide a slightly forward-looking 1. Light 1E monthly. With comb grip. Light forward. To provide 1 extending appearance. I hold it at that angle and I continue my cut here light. 3 comb with a slight 45-degree diagonal separation. Diagonale ignite combe. I cut after holding it the same way. And the front of the light hair gets a longer 1 look. As you can see here. I create the second distinction. After cutting the basic structure of the hair, I'm creating the horizontal separation again in the second stage. Here I am creating one distinction from the middle again. And after creating a distinction, I will create a horizontal 45-degree angle. I'm combing the hair here. I'm looking from the bottom, seeing the hair point I cut before. Then, lifting slightly upwards horizontally, holding at 1 angle. I apply cut. This angle is kept here. Horizontal is a 45-degree angle. Again in the same way, 1. The next section in the same way. Again with the sniper cutting technique. I continue my haircut with straight scissors blow. The hair I cut as a guide in the middle. The left and right sides are the same. I continue by cutting guinea 2, 1. I'm creating a distinction here. I'm creating horizontal distinctions. You too. My video, like and express your thoughts in the comments. I want friends. If you like my video and if you also share your social media address, we will reach many people. The second distinction. Guinea this time, guinea horizontal 45-degree angle. By following the hair point we passed before, I continue our haircut. I cut the first and second steps at a horizontal 45-degree angle. In the videos section of my channel, videos available in many categories. You can also watch these videos, guys. Haircut coloring. Keratin hair care. Ombre sombre. Blonde hair opening. Many services such as painting. You can find it in the videos section of my giant channel. And if you want to get a haircut service from me, my channel, 3 social media addresses are available in the description section. By reaching my hall from here, haircut service. And you can also get other hairdressing services. After cutting this length, our model wanted her neck to be a little shorter. That's why we're still the same Shortened in the section I told you by shortening now 3. We went to the section. Here 3. Guinea horizontal, yeah, because we came to the top in the section. Exiting E from 45 whole angle. Vertical this time. I created one distinction here, vertical 45s. We will create an angle, guys. And cut from there. As you can see here, we cut it before. From the hair point. Creating a vertical 45-degree angle. I create a vertical 45-degree angle and I keep cutting hair. This is one angle that we describe as vertical 45 degrees. The hair point we cut before, well, after seeing it as a guide. With vertical separations, create the 45-degree angle. We continue our gravitation bob cutting here. I cut it in the middle here and I cut the left side. And the left side, backside of 3 main sections. 3 vertical, by creating separations slice by slice. At 45-degree angle. I continue our haircut. After cutting this section, after cutting at 45-degree angle, as you can see, I look at the middle part and check. And so 45-quarter angle again. We continue our cut. What? Here from the back. Because there is a slight length on the front, I equated it with the length of your hair. Penny now. From our first distinction on the left. Comb again after separating. With our comb. Slightly forward. I'm scanning. Our comb. Yes. As you can see, the back of the hair is dyed. Using our comb like a ruler. Straight one way. I'm cutting. Here is a light one forward length, friends. Not straight our comb. You can also keep it slightly horizontal, to look longer. Here we use our comb as a ruler. We continue our haircut, friends. Likewise on the right. I scan properly and one hair point we cut before as a guide. I continue my haircut. Here is the comb 6 haircutting technique. As you can see, I saw the previous haircut point. Under my comb and flush. I continue the haircut. I combed my comb properly with a warm comb, and I aligned the hair with the hair point I had cut before. After aligning, I continued cutting. I'm checking a little here. Sometimes here according to the fall of hair. I cut according to the fall of the hair. Sometimes hair can be worn. After checking to see if there is an error at the bottom, we will continue our process, guys. Now, friends, we determined our cut, the model of the hair. I switched to the personalization EE section here. Friends, so that there is no hard won image on the ends of the hair. Me starting from the neck again with green scissors. Step by step. I'm doing thinning. Here I apply it to the ends of the hair. Before the bottom of the hair, through your hair with unbreakable scissors. Starting from the middle part, as you can see from the end parts. 3. Apply thinning process. In the process I did here. 3. More homogeneous distribution of the haircut. And to avoid scissors. Thinning with fine scissors. I'm doing the procedure on the ends of the hair. Here by separating the hair gradually with thin slices. Thinning the ends of the hair. Here and done work. In the process we have done. You may have gotten the density of the hair too. So we may have, if your model complains about the density of the hair, With this kind of operation, you can get the hairs density just by thinning it. But if you don't want one hard image on the ends of the hair, here, with the same process, you can soften the ends of the hair to make transitions look healthier. End parts. By thinning process, we can soften it with this kind of thinning process. We make sure that your transitions are one more beautiful image. Here, we will give a slight movement to the front parts of the hair. Friends, I divide the hair in half, so I'm recreating the profile distinction. Here from the end of my eyebrow, E1. Yuri from the point where my comb touched by starting. I will create one distinction that we call a null forehead motif. Move the hair from the front part. We make our distinction. I'm going to give a little movement in front of the hair here, so I'm doing some folding. But from this point we have separated, so we will make a move from the section we reserved. To throw a light coat in the front, I divided the hair in half. To cut the E section on my client's left side, I'm going to the right side. And E towards chin level 1E. I cut a 45-degree month by determining an angle, and after cutting the left side, I go to the left side to cut the right side. I mean, which hungry side I'm going to cut, I go to the opposite part of it and I continue to cut. I hope you found my video nice. My advice to you, I would be very pleased if you like my video. And I would be very pleased if you subscribe to my channel. And a new feature has been opened on YouTube, Whip feature. After liking this video, whip directly to this video. 3. There will be a section to do it usually, when you do it from the phone, not the computer. Me when you hype here too. The glass ball of my video, it goes up to the top. Thanks to you. So we will reach many people. Your likes and comments are very important to us. Thanks to you, we reach many people. I mention this in every video because likes and comments. It changes the magic of the video so much. So like my video and subscribe to my channel. I would be much more pleased if you watch. As you can see here, hair. I scanned, and after reaching nose level, from the inside out at an angle of 45 degrees again. At an angle of 45 degrees, I cut. So I checked. Yes, friends, our haircut is over. Our model is like this. One view more curved from the back, so one design we call gradation bob. If you want to make one such design, if you want to make one model like this, from my social media addresses in the description section of my video, reaching me, coming to my hall. You can get one haircut like this. You can get service from me, guys. I hope you like my e-model. Hope to see you for now. Take good care of yourself. I wish you a good day.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm with you with one new video. Blunt bob haircut for you today. How to blow dry, I will explain it in detail. Blow dry E, starting from the back parts. Right or left E as your choice. I quit. You can start from the right, you can start from the left by dividing the hair into 3-4 pieces. First, the thickness we can pull from the bottom. In thin or thick, we do something as your own choice. But my e-thought is my advice to you. Neither too thick nor too thin. Don't buy parts. And as you can see here, E, I use a metal brush. You can also use a wooden brush, but the advantage of metal brush conducts heat better. While blowing here, blow dryer E metal brush. So the metal film here is not an iron brush. Special production aluminum style is one brush E, and because it conducts heat well, acts as a tongs in the hair, and hair more comfortable in the form of blow dryer allows, and easier to shape allows. While blowing here, gradual as you can see, neither too thick nor too thin. I take it in pieces, and the piece I took first from the top, without touching the hair, and E direct without touching. I crush the bottom, and as you can see from the top, again without touching the hair too much, I'm lowering it straight down one way. They downloaded themselves too. I'm doing something. I turn the brush down, and it's not too straight from the top. Light 1 EE inward accuracy is here, and soft 1 transition occurs in curved hair. Straight on this kind of short hair if you pull it like a leek. Good result. You won't buy it here. The hair needs to be cut straight, because we are cutting radiation boots here. When we blow dry one straight, the end of the hair. Amount of light for 1 millimeter. Do it slightly inward when you come to the end. One result better for you. Will help you achieve. Friends, first we crush the hair from the top, and second way brush from the bottom. As you can see, I wrap it and compress it with my thumb by rotating the brush down below. I continue here. Our thumb is very important, guys. With the tension of the hair when we tighten the brush well. Hair eye blow dry process gets one better result. Here is the technique I showed you. A friend of mine that I value very much, thanks to my Imran friend. I learned this too to my Imran friend. I convey my respect and love. And we continue our blow dry. As you can see. First, after crushing the bottom parts of the hair, wrapped in brush, squeezing our thumb, and we fix it by rotating the brush downwards. We can change the brush when we come to the top. Friends, more. When we buy a thick brush, short brushes because the hair grows. Small brushes, make it difficult for us to control the hair. So according to the size of the hair, one blow dry. It's better for us to buy the brush. Short brushes to short sections. Not wide brushes, but smaller brushes. As the length of the hair changes, we can also change brushes. Here I am because the length tier has changed, because the tops are longer. I changed my brush, long one. Since it is a section, I preferred one thicker brush. As you can see here, comfortably one way. So I can continue my process. As you can see, I'm smoothing it right away comfortably here. When the hair grows longer, it gets easier in the 3 domination. Here I comb the hair first, and squeezing your thumb with my finger, I crush the bottom of the hair well. As you can see, crushing means crushing here. E, good luck. Well, E, I'm applying the straightening process, blow dry. I did it the same way from the bottom and top. After doing it, wrapping the hair in the brush again downwards. We came down to fix the brush on the hair. Rotating the brush slightly. I keep going down. If you want to watch my other videos too, in the videos section of my channel, I have videos in many categories. Haircut there, coloring, ombrero flip, share and all about hairdressing. I tell you about hair designs in detail. You can watch the rest in the videos section. And subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to like this video too, guys. Now I took the left side first while blow dry. I'm finishing a stage in 2. I'm going to the level, so I'm going to the other right. After finishing one side, I go to the other side. Friends, as you can see at the top, I turn the brush down. I'm coming down. I keep going down, and I don't make the ends very straight like leaks one light inside. E. There is a return here. When we come to the nape part again, I'm changing my brush. I buy one smaller brush and the guinea is the same. I continue to blow dry here. I'm taking the brush here. I wrap it and squeeze it with my thumb. And after I do it tense, I continue my blow dry. Friends, hear how thick. I get hair in density. I get hair in very thin density. Because we need to control the hair. As we can shape. Take the hairbrush with density. I use it like this. If I buy one very thick brush here, I can't control the hair and I can't get the result I want. Therefore also, without getting hair too dense, taking one pinch so that it can dominate the hair, I continue the shaping process. Here when I get to the top, as you can see, the length of the hair changes. My brush has also changed its dense width. I took one click thick one brush and crushed the hair from the top in 2. Move to the lower part of the hair after the step. The brush I bought from the top. 1 inch without sticking the front to the brush, E, holding the hair from the back. Use metal brush for using a brush E because it reflects you better. Very comfortable one way. Her hareketlendirebiliyorum. Here, straight light 1E your hair by giving a curve E both. Gravity. You know, I'm providing your bond because I put a floor in the back. Both cleaner and smoother one. I'm doing the blow dry. Here are my videos. We have friends who watch 90% without subscribing. I ask you. While watching my videos, I would be very pleased if you subscribe to my channel. I would be very pleased if you like my videos. By the way, I activated the join section of my channel. If you want to support my channel, join from the join section. Choose from the categories there. To support my channel, you can subscribe to my channel from the join section. There are small 1 sections, both here, growing my channel and condensing my other work equipment E and better quality to produce content. If you support me by joining my channel from the join section, I would be very pleased. Here, as you can see, continue my preliminary process. I went to the right after pulling the left side. And because the upper parts of the hair are long, Using a memory where I can find the process comfortable with one such thing. You can also do one blow-dry process comfortably, friends. By doing one such work, cloth as we see, he in no way, very comfortably without creating problems. Provided as blow-dry. Blow-dryer is also good. You need to use one blow-dryer. Your hair, the temperature of the blow-dry should be good. We need to give good hair one shape. So that's a good blow-dry. If we use a good brush, our blow-dry process is very high quality one. It will still take. We shouldn't ignore that either. As you can see coming down, we turn the brush. You can't turn this tea into your hands in your free time. Take the blow-dry brush. If you translate like this, you will have practiced. Both because you practice, and when you blow dry, this practice will be better for you. We came to the most important part while blowing, friends, to the front part. Front section in thin tufts without getting too thick. If you pull it forward, the front parts will be more stingy. And when you spare it, it falls more stingy and beautiful. Here is my advice to you. Do not draw according to the distinction when blow dry. When you pull the front part of the hair forward, already automatic separation point when you separate will be automatically separated. Which direction to allocate? We've already seen it, but if you don't pull it directly forward, if you ask where do you separate the customer from, let's separate the customer from here. When you pull from there, when you take, blow dryer may be a little flattened and may be out of shape. So when you pull the front part of the hair forward, you will finish our blow dry without any problems. Well, I wanted to tell you as a footnote, because if you pull it forward, it separates naturally and your hair is more voluminous, falls more beautiful, does not fall flat either. Front parts of the hair. Crown separation, we pull forward up to ear level. We cut the rest of it to the back. As you can see, I threw it backwards, and we provided a voluminous and beautiful one smile. As you can see the top part, I pull it backwards. Here's his thumb while holding the brush. And for using, as you can see while pulling backwards, brush is fixed and allows me to give one comfortable dominance. Friends here. I rotate the brush as I come down, as you can see. If you liked my video, you should definitely like it. I recommend you to share my video and friends. I would be very pleased, guys. And you want to get hair design service? Can reach me from my social media addresses. And come to my salon, haircut coloring can get value services. Our blow dryer design is this style one. Blow dryer design, friends, as you can see. It was a smooth and beautiful one hair design. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I love you. I will be with you with new designs. Hope to see you take good care of yourself. I wish you a good day.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm with you with a new video. To you today, a hair design that we have done before. The bottoms are elongated and refresh the idle process. How to refresh? I will explain it in detail. First, E opener. We start with low volume as a mix E. Also as an opener, mix E. 60 grams opener. Also as oxygen. We work 2:1, so we oxygen 20 volumes at 90 grams. E-mixing. We prepared our opener. We prepared our pliers and foil. Now as a distinction, I divided the hair in half and created the profile separation. Then I created the coronation. I divided the hair into 4 main sections. 2 pieces from the front, separating all four parts, including 2 from the back. I will start the packaging process. First packaging process from the nape part E. I will create a horizontal distinction by separating the hair. Then your hair gradually E. By creating distinctions, I will continue our retouching process, friends. Here we have done an interview before, Guinea. So I want to express to you, taking the dark hair between these highlights. We will continue because if I trade yellows, hair gets worn and damaged. Therefore, the old remaining bays in between. I will continue my transaction by buying. You also watch my other videos. If you want to watch my YouTube channel, many kinds in the videos section. Video available in category. Open it there too. You can also benefit from many videos. Haircut coloring retouch. Hair coloring, I have a lot of videos in Catertip, friends. Yes, we will start from the neck first, friends now. I'm creating a horizontal distinction. In the first place, and I eat hair pliers from the nape part, combing the hair properly, and choose the bays in between. Friends, I'm looking from here, dark handles. Starting from the bottoms. Because of course, I distributed yellow. It's not easy to choose a little, but I continue the process by taking the 2 bays here, so as not to damage the hair, taking only dark sections. I will continue the process here in the nape part E. Because it is density, in the upright parts of the hair, E, I got the dark hair in the episode, and E, I will continue the packaging process. Here, it can be yellow at the ends. Here, E, dark shades of hair in the first place. I'm packing the section in the bottom parts. Later, after opening, again to revive the ends. E in a second way. E to revive the yellows on the ends. Open the packages again to a low volume. I'm doing the packaging again. Here in the section at the bottom of your hair. E. Hair. I do a complete packaging process because it is dark, and the process will continue. Now here, because I made a single piece of package from the neck. Now in that other part, I'm going to cut the hair in half. I will continue the packaging process in 2 main sections here. Here under the name of not slipping packages, I'm attaching the bottom part of the hair with a collet. Hair here. After a certain point, he can slide in the slightest play to keep him. After packing process, there are small pliers with the help of a collet on the bottom of the hair. I hold it with those pliers so that the hair does not slip. I split the hair side by side, then neither too thick nor too thin with horizontal separations, hereby creating distinctions. Because if I get too thick, there will be very thick hair in the package. It also affects the opening of the hair. There is no clean opening, and a red image is in hand. Thank you. So taking thinner tufts. I continue the process. As you can see, I chose the wells in between. What do you mean, such a place to rent house? Here are the dark shades of the hair. I buy and pack. Please, if I get the yellows, to the yellows, there will be a ray opening process. This time the hair will be damaged. We are here too, choosing dark shades that are dense with dark hair. I am packing. And I continue the process without damaging the hair. Now, friends, I continue with 2 channels, your hairdresser, and my hairdresser, my channel, is available. My hairdresser is on my channel Turkish version 2. Narrated videos available. And on my hairdresser's channel, because it's my old channel, as an English version. It is called a global channel, studying English, or my videos that I have applied voiceover. I will be posting, friends, now. If you want to listen and watch the Turkish version, my hairdresser to my channel. I'm waiting, guys, from here. You can watch in Turkish. If you want to watch in English, to my hairdresser's channel. I'll wait more. As you can see here, I packed the hair we separated in dark tones. I penetrated the hair well, and after finishing the process, I pack it beautifully. And the bottom of your hair, one under the name of not slipping the package. You can attach pliers or 2 double-sided pliers. I applied one side. As you can see, after separating the dark tones, the yellow tones remain to the bottom too. Now it's afternoon. I separated my horizontal distinction. So I continue. I make 2 or 3 packages first, and then the other part, the 2 parts on the back. I'm doing 2 Oreos in a gradual way. Then I go to the other side and pack it there. So by distributing in a balanced way, I'm going up. As you can see, I divide it into dark tones and foil. Packaging with the help of, by making the transaction, turning dark tones into yellow tones, getting an intense blonde. I'm helping. As you can see your hair here. There is a little redness in the bottoms and ends. And the intense dark part of the bottoms. Intensely. With the opener and with upright brush strokes. With horizontal brush strokes. With blows. I'm penetrating the opener for lightly revitalizing the ends after hours. I apply the opener and I apply it to the bottom of the hair here. Hereby applying the classic Rafe technique for applying blondes on our desk. After packing process. Your beautiful thing. So I pack your hair so that it doesn't fall apart. And I will switch to the next hair. I'm packing the hair, as you can see here, with foil. Gradually here with low volume. So I'm starting my work. Let's say after a bowl is finished with 20 volumes. If I start the second bowl with 20 volumes. Half again, and then 30 volumes. I'm setting it in the next bowl too, again gradually increasing the degree. I continue my process. As you can see here, 3rd tier guinea. I separate by creating a horizontal separation. Then I comb the hair properly. I attach it with my finger after scanning and seeing the darknesses in between. I separate by making the distinction and without touching the yellows, because if we touch yellows, hair may wear out and get damaged. So taking dark shades, I continue my process. Your likes are very important here, guys. If you like my video and subscribe to my channel, our channel grows every day and we reach many people. I ask you, if you like my video and subscribe to my channel, I would be very pleased for YouTube to recommend other people. The video must be liked. An unliked video is not recommended to other users. So your video, you must like and subscribe to my channel. If you like my video, like and subscribe to my channel. If you want to be aware of my other videos, you can activate notification bell. Yes, as you can see, I created the distinction. Then I continue the dark tones packaging process. Here, you need to make the opener mix well. It shouldn't be too slimy when we do it in 2 shades. It's not too slimy and you can drive easily. There is a section in previous openers We were preparing one-on-one in old openers, but now the new version is in openers. When we prepare it one by one, it becomes very strict. If necessary, we prepare to to 1. I'm usually 1.5 tones, so I'm preparing it with a mixture of 1.5. By applying 90 grams of oxygen to the 60-gram opener, I create a comfortable version, and it opens comfortably from now on the hair. After packing process, in order not to slip from the bottoms, one on the bottom of the hair, I'm pinning pens, guys, and the other yacht when it reaches ear level. Again, I created a horizontal distinction. After finishing this process, I will pass from the right to the left and the other part on the left. By packing process, I'll balance it, then go to the other side. I will continue to process like this gradually. I'm scanning. As you can see, you see the wells in between. I'm separating those wells. I'm doing the packaging process, guys. If you had bought the yellows there, the hair would have worn out so dark. And separating the lengthened sections. Yellows too. I'm checking again, as you can see here. If yellow is mixed between them, separating them. I take your hair out. I take it out of the package so it doesn't get damaged. After this packaging process is finished, friends, wash after reaching the tone you want. To your process. Hair is opened after it is opened. A little at the bottom, 2 packages. Since the main color is dark, there is the transition paint and the transition paint at the same time. We apply polishing process to the ends here. We wash the hair after this opening process. There is a certain waiting time. Again, if it doesn't come to the result we want. Preparing an opener. Going over the packages again, so that it can be reopened cleanly. There is a waiting time for the opener. That is 45. Around a minute or so. If the hair does not open around that area, prepare an opener again. When we went over the packages, can be opened immaculately. I would like to express this to you. Here to the bottom of the hair. As you can see, I apply a more intense opener. And with vertical brush strokes and horizontal brush strokes. I make the opener well on the hair, so that there are no darknesses in the lower parts of the hair. and no ripple when it opens. So I'm doing a very careful study. You guys are like this too. If you want to do an intensive interview work, so you can get service from me, as an appointment to come to my salon. If you want to do blonde work, I can serve you. Our place is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü. To my social media addresses. It will be in the description section of my video. Instagram. I have TikTok and many two social media addresses. Reaching there. So come to my salon as an appointment. Blonde work from me. You can also benefit from services such as balays ombre. About haircut, about hairdresser. You can get service. Yes, after finishing this process again. We continue our packaging process. As you can see, we pack it beautifully. Somehow the hair opener does not fall apart. Without damaging the hair. To have a proper opening. I'm doing a nice packaging process. And not slipping in your hair. Because the hair is long, the hair is heavy. And the package can slide. That's why the bottom of the hair. With the help of pens. I'm holding it as you can see. Hair opened and first to the bottom. Bottom crossing with an hair dye suitable for the main color. Then I applied polish to the ends. As you can see, our intensive blonde service. You want to have this kind of hair. By reaching me from my candidate work on social media. You can get blonde service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Dear friends, I will be with you with new videos. I hope you liked my video. Hope to see you. For now, take good care of yourself. I wish you a good day.
Hello friends, today, blunt haircut. I will explain in detail how to do this. Our model, your hair first. We create basic distinctions. Our first basic distinction is profile separation. After creating a profile separation, we create a crown separation. And after creating the coronation, we divide the hair into four main sections. Profile separation. From the beginning of the forehead to the end of the nape. Distinction with crown separation 1. From ear to ear. From the beginning 1. Starting from ear to ear and up to the other ear. We make crown separation to the distinction we have separated. With this distinction, we divide the hair into four main sections. Then horizontal from the nape part 1. By creating a distinction from two parts. So neither too thick nor too much. The basis of hair after creating fine separation. We will create, so we will determine the length of the hair. Scissors. Sharpening cutting technique using like a ruler. Creating our first guide. So we determine the first height. After determining this size, we are going to the second stage guy. And in level 2, her hair is straight one way. Using our comb as a ruler. Guy. With the sharpening technique, that is, with the straight scissor stroke, we keep cutting our hair. Yes. Where we took an example. Our guide so one previous cut. From the hair point we got. We continue we cut the same size. After making this cut. After the neck. We pass to the right. We create one horizontal distinction in guinea. The guide we cut from this nape part. Guinea by following. Using our comb as a ruler. We cut it the same size. After cutting the right side, we go to the left side. We create one horizontal distinction on the left side guy. Because we will create a blunt one cut here. We continue our process by creating horizontal separations. Here again one we cut before. Comb as a length guide in the nape section. Using it like a ruler guy. We cut the left side section with the same technique. As you can see here we used our comb. And cut to the same size. Then checking guy. Between fingers. Hair with technique. We continue our cut. Then we go to the back. Again by creating one horizontal distinction. We are progressing gradually towards the top. Here are the gradual thin pieces from the neck. Taking horizontal parts, we continue our process. Bird. From the hill. As we progressed, we created one distinction to the top and created one horizontal one distinction from the middle part a guy. Then take one piece of the vertical E between fingers with holding technique. So we kept cutting our hair. Then second E guinea. Use our comb as a ruler and remove one previous hair point. Taking the guide so one. With the hair point we cut before. We cut the same size. Here we use our comb as a ruler. Seeing the hair point we cut before, we continue our process. And finally, after coming to the top, as you can see E2 pieces of pliers, separate in the section on the back of the last connected. We scan by separating from the pliers, and comb the hair according to the natural direction of fall, from the guinea nape part, starting from the middle part, following our guide at the bottom. Our haircut, we continue. In our haircut here, one of the hair points we cut before, as a guide and we continue our cutting as a guide. Here we use our comb as a ruler and straight one. Haircut, we take care to do. Here is the stance of our customer's head. Points are also very important. Always head of our customer. If we cut the back part, the side to the front, we cut the right side to the left. If we cut the left side to the right, by depositing, then we keep cutting. As you can see, we went to the right. I set our customer's head stand distance on the right. I used the comb with scissors and comb as a ruler. One hair point we cut before. I saw. And I analyzed and cut using it like a ruler. For later control purposes, I combed the hair according to its direction of fall. And finger-to-finger cutting technique. Is your hair wrong? By checking. I kept cutting with straight scissors blows. I went to the left. Same guinea on the left. I used my comb as a ruler. With straight scissor stroke. I continued with cutting by creating a straight line. As you can see here, according to the direction of hair fall. Again with a straight scissor stroke with the interfinger cutting technique. I continue the haircut. Cutting my hair. One hair point that I cut before as a guide. I take care to move forward. If you want to get a haircut like this, social media addresses in the description part of my video, available by reaching here, by coming to my salon and making an appointment. You can get a haircut. Contact e-appointment from my social media addresses. You can come to my salon and get a haircut. As you can see, only one. With straight scissor stroke with sharp line cutting technique and straight blunt one haircut with techniques. We created the desig. Here to the front of the hair. We will give light movement. So we will do the folding process. In front of you while folding. We create one distinction that we call the purchase motif. When creating this separation of purchase motif, starting from the end point of the eyebrow, we touch our comb, and the point on the top where our comb touches. We make the distinction in a triangle one way, friends. While making this distinctio, we take the end points of the eyebrow as a guide. Hair after distinctio. If I cut your right side, I'll crossing my client's left side. And the eye appeared 45 degrees in width. With angles, I'm painting from top to bottom. After cutting the right side, I go to the left side. Our customer. I pass to the right side while cutting the left side. And again at an angle of 45 degrees. I continue my folding process. If you want to have one haircut like this, you can come to my salon and get hair cutting service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks to you, our videos are being watched more and more every day. We reach more people. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I'm checking here. Our process. And in the front, we will also finish our folding process. Created a clear one cut with the blunt sharp cutting technique. We are. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I leave you alone with a clear, beautiful one cut. Thank you so much for watching my video till the end. I do. Take good care of yourself. Hope to see you.
Hello friends, today you have a straight haircut. Curtain bangs, aka cartoon banks. Haircut. How to design it, I will explain it in detail. We create the first basic distinctions. We will divide the hair into 4 main sections. Our distinction to the first main section is profile separation. Profile separation 2. To the distinction we have separated from the eyebrow mark to the neck. We call it straight profile separation. Later crown separation. Crown separation from ear level to other ear. The straight separation we have separated. We call the crown distinction. When we create these distinctions, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. First part, I will apply straight haircut. Hair in the first part. I create one horizontal distinction from the nape part. And determine the size we will cut. We will apply the first basic distinction, is straight haircut. From the back part, I created a horizontal distinction and I cut the basis of the hair T. Right now I created a straight 1E cut here. This straight cut, then gradually upwards, creating horizontal separations. Her hair is the same size in the section where I cut it straight. I will cut, that is, the hair point we cut before as a sheath. I saw it and I cut it straight with one scissor stroke. And after equalizing that part in the same way, I'm opening the other part too. As you can see the top. At the bottom, I combine it with the guide we cut and cut it to the same size. As you can see here, with sharpening cutting technique, that is, straight truss service. I'm creating a straight one cut. Then from behind, the long remaining part is horizontal again, one in a gradual way, by creating a distinction. I keep cutting. That is one straight line by scanning the back part backwards. Clear one cut by forming line. I'm doing it so my hair's on the back. I specify for free and create one straight cut. The right and left are the same. Scanning backwards. I'm creating a straight one cut. We have determined the basis of the hair, that is, the length of the hair. Now I'm going to part 2. After determining the length of the hair, I will apply a folding process and curtain cardamom on the front, that is, curtain bank haircut. I created a profile separation between the middle and 2 to create the hair. From 2 eyebrows, we created one distinction towards the neck, this profile distinction, and from the end of the eyebrow E, starting to the front, Maybe, but just motif. I reserved the section, guys. From here in the first place, right side. I go to the left side of my customer because I cut it and the chin. I'm setting E1 guide from the line. E, and from here to be mobile in the front, that is, the story. From the jaw level to stop the longest, set the shortest section. Create a cross-1 distinction. In D, I created a cut at an angle of 45 degrees. Then behind the ear, E, I created one diagonal distinction. Front of the hair, the same way you see guinea. I continue from the right part, like this part. It's like 45 degrees with the hair point I cut before. I will apply angle folding process. I scan as you can see. I lifted our customer's height slightly and his head slightly up, and the sheath from the hair point I passed before. See, and at an angle of 45 degrees, I applied the cutting process because I cut the hair in half here, starting from the top of the other back, creating one horizontal distinction. I'm creating a new cross E1, as you can see. I'm combing with the lowest hair length I've cut before. With the longest part, I set my guide and create horizontal separations gradually, combing the hair forward and following the guidance we have set. I'm applying a folding process. Here, combing the hair forward, your hair again the way I combed it here. Crossway E, I'm scanning friends. So, to the cover we have determined on the front. So in a way, suitable for hair length. Did you drink the cut with a straight scissor blow again? Because I scanned the front here, their backs stay longer and E stays behind longer. Unfolding process when we leave it towards the back. So it's layered and it's layered. Both your hair is not gone. Here I cut the first eye step, then I cut the second piece. Guinea is also on the left. I created a purchase motif from the end line of the eyebrow to the peak. I'm scanning it diagonally again. And shortness, so I'm setting my guide. What size your hair will be at the level of your chin. E, I sharpened one direction and crossed one way. So diagonal 1 E angle with one cut angle of 45 degrees. I will cut. Yes, I see my guide and I scanned it diagonally. I'm cutting my client's left side late, this time, but on the right side of my client. I'm cutting by finding friends. Then from the peak E, one cross to the back of the ear. I created one diagonal distinction and one from the hair point I cut before. Cross again, seeing my guide 1. Cutting at an angle of 45 degrees with a scanning angle. Folding process. I'm creating. Here we ensure that the front parts are folded, friends. I saw my sword here, I cut it the same size. Cross the front parts to the back parts. This is the point I have reserved, friends. Now create horizontal separations. In a gradual way up to the neck. Combing forward, I will apply my cutting process. This process is hair folding. As you can see here, cross one scan angle. I created it, and from the nape part to the front part. Yes, the longest part. I take it as a guide and continue my cutting process. As you can see, I'm scanning guinea. I create horizontal B's gradually. I'm combing the hair point I cut before. I see my guide. What does the guide mean? 1 means the hair size we cut before. I'm scanning the previous. The hair length I cut. I cut this process to the same size after seeing it. I'm applying it until I get to the section on the nape, friends. I see my guide, as you see. And I cut the sharp horse-cutting technique with straight scissors service. Friends, our haircut is over. Now your hair... E. Thinning your hair 3. For applying straight scissor stroke on the ends. E. I need to thin it with some effigy scissors. I'm here with a feely scissors, the ends of the hair. Pictas technique. I soften, as you can see. So by adding some E motion to the ends of the hair, I'm thinning. Get the hard look here. You know the hard look? We eliminate it with pictage technique. Such guinea by creating horizontal separations and scanning forward. As you can see in the hair spot I cut before, I apply a thinning process, right and left in the same way, separating into pieces, into slices. I apply a thinning process. You too, curtain bangs. Curtain banks. If you want to get a haircut in Beylikdüzü, you can come to my salon and get hair cutting service from me. About coloring and other hairdressing services, I can serve. I'm working by appointment. In the description of my video of the hall, the social media address is available. Reaching here as an appointment by reaching the social media address. Haircut coloring. On the subject of hairdressing services, you can create an appointment. Like my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, dear friends. Thanks to you, my channel is growing day by day, and we become a bigger family. And our videos. If you want to be aware of my new videos, if you activate my channel's notification bell from my new videos, you can be informed. Our haircut is over. Now it's the last for you. I will show you after blow dry. Moving, as you can see, what we call layered one hair design curtain bangs, curtain banks. Moving hair design. I have presented our work to you. Take care to see you with new videos. I wish you a good day. Hello. Friends, today you have a layered haircut curtain bangs. Hair design. I will explain in detail how the process is done. When starting haircut first 4, we create the basic distinction. We will divide the hair into 4 main sections. I create the first profile separation. Then I create a coronation. And when he starts to cut the hair from the back, in a gradual way. First, by creating horizontal separations. Our name. We start here. We will determine the basis of the first hair and the length of the hair. Our first goal will be to determine the length of the hair. Here, they decide what size the hair is in our customer. And I get the broken hair without too short. A very short haircut in curtain cardamom and layered haircut. It's better not to have more layers in long hair. Gets one more beautiful look on hair. So curtain cardamom on very extremely short layered hair. No, it looks better on long hair. Cutting hair length. 2 is a sheath from the first hair point we cut. I'm separating the tier, creating horizontal separations here, between fingers, to the sharpening cutting technique, that is, with a straight scissor stroke. I continue the cutting process, 2 after cutting the first step. As you can see, the same way here. 1 as hair, the point I cut before. I continue the cutting process, same size. I continue my cutting process in the same direction. I cut the third stage in the same way. Friends, straight one way. Hair on the back 4. The back and front are separate because I'm instantly divided into my section. I created a coronation in the sections. As you can see, ear crown separation 1 ear. The straight distinction that we are separated from the line and the other ear. We say we create a crown separation. Here after cutting the back part. Same height again. Crown on the left side of the hair. In the distinction section, her hair guinea is in 2 stages. I continue my cutting process. While cutting the hair here, the bottom one we cut before. Part as guide. I continue to process. After cutting the left side, we go to the right side. And I cut the right side in the same way. Back 1 pinch from the black part as a guide. And we continue our same length haircut. So here is the basic. We continue our cutting process by aligning the hair length. While cutting the right and left part, the stance of our customer's head is very important. Our customer's head slightly to the left while cutting the right side. Reclining. Lean slightly to the right side while cutting the left side. So cycle, so. Lying on your side. We will continue our cutting after that. This angle is very important, guys. Now profile her hair in half. Your hair after creating the distinction. Beginning the folding process from the front, that is, the curtain. Cardamom laying process. We start from the front to start front part by creating the separation of the purchase motif, i.e. triangle 1 by. We create the distinction. Triangle separation is also eyebrow. We touch our comb from the end of the eyebrows and from the point it touched from the peak. Triangle 1 way. I make a distinction. When cutting right and left after creating separation, when I cut the right side, I go to my customer's left and do the cutting process. Here, as you can see, my client, I cut the left side and went to the right side. Let's say I'm doing operation over cheekbones. Short and long, you decide for yourself. But your cheekbones, if you do the cutting process from the bottom, outward moving, 1 view, it gets 1 image that is better to get. I'm on the left side of our customer. I'm on the right, I'm cutting the left side. While cutting, I'm applying a 45-degree angle according to the angle, friends. So her hair, I'm scanning towards the exit direction of the hair, and I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees. Then, I'm going to level 2, guys. After cutting the front part, now starting from the top to the back, diagonal 1 distinction. I'm creating and forward in 1 way suitable for the short section on the front. Friends from the bottom. I see my guide after seeing my guide. Yes, as you can see here, I'm scanning 45 degrees. I see it at the bottom. I see the hair spot I cut before, as you can see here. And I continue the cutting process. Distinctions I slice by slice and forward wound combing forward. And scan them all to the front. And the hair point I cut before, I cut it the same size after seeing it. The back is longer when we scan forward. The front part is folded, friends. The haircut point here, I adjust it according to the shortness in the front of the hair. I'm combing the hair here and create a 45-degree angle. After that, I continue to cut. I cut the left side. Now I will cut the right side, guys. I pass my customer's left side while cutting the right side. I pass and haircutting process by creating 1 diagonal. I make a diagonal distinction. A distinction as scanning angle. I'm scanning T and Here! Yes, hair up. I'm scanning towards the exit direction, and the bottom one is cut first. I cut. I see your hair point and cut it accordingly. Now here, according to the back of your hair, I created such a diagonal 1 cross distinction on the back. Create 1 cross separation from peak to nape. I made a distinction after creating the separation, combing the hair forward, and my client cut it to the left because I cut the right side, pass to the left side there. I'm scanning, so here is 1 cross, 1 scan process. I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees by creating. As you can see, I comb the hair to the front, but 45 degrees diagonal with 1 scan angle. Seeing the hair point I cut before from the bottom, I'm cutting. As you can see, I created a cross 1 scan angle, and I saw the hairline I had cut before, and I applied my cutting process. After applying the cutting process, her hair again this time. Starting from the front, end parts of the hair, I apply thinning process with the feel scissors, hereby hitting the hair, and I hit the hair completely and the front end of the hair. File scissors with 2-3 blows. I don't do my job of thinning too much, just 2-3. I'm applying scissors blow. Your hair is squeezing the hair because I hit the hair here. And scissors, that is, feel scissors. It provides 1 more natural transition with thinning processing, and more with the Burma process. A beautiful 1 transition without any trace on the hair. Makes it happen. Here, starting from the front of the hair to the back, I thin the hair piece by piece by creating horizontal searches. I scan the guinea forward and auger the auger process. After audition for hair, I bring the hair down to the ends with the feel scissors. Hair blocking is done on the ends of the hair, friends. The bottom of the hair and the middle part. Thinning is done after. Do not thin the middle of the hair according to the full length. Do not apply effigy scissors from the bottom of the hair in any way. You will definitely create a problem with hair. I do thinning operations on the ends of the hair. A more beautiful one here. We get the image. Our process is over. After the drying and shaping process. Inward, as you can see, I took 1 blow dryer with motion. Front floors are fine. Beautiful cheekbones, 1 design. Curtain bangs layered haircut. If you want to get a haircut like this, there are social media addresses in the description section of my video. By coming to my salon and making an appointment with me, you can get a haircut. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm with you with 1 new video. Today, how to make a perm. I will explain it in detail. Here I wrapped some of the hair. Other parts too. I will explain in detail how I wrapped it. Here I apply vertical 1-way wrapping process. I'm wrapping the perm by applying distinctions. So this style 1, hair is more beautiful in the wrapping process. 1 provides a fall. While wrapping the perm, I don't wrap it with my own medicine. I wrap the hair wet, so when I'm wet-a-friend mini, I wrap it. Because perm, when you wrap it with the hair for at least an hour. So 1.5 hours. So when it wraps fast, it takes like an hour or so, because thin. Since it is wrapped, perm medicine is a chemical substance. it can damage hair, so in a good way to wrap the hair without damaging it. Wrap the hair first. Then we apply the perm medicine. Here is the perm fig medicine. E. By wetting the light paper from the application. Here is a very wavy hair, E. Thin for what we're going to do. Wrap it with the thinnest perm curler. In the next process, I will show you the stages together. Neither too thick nor too thin here. 1. Taking a pinch. As you can see, I applied some perm paper on the tip. Folded and starting from the end. Nervous, neither very nervous nor very lightly open. In a way, I wrap the hair tight so it won't be too tight. Harm to the hair, medicine population. So when we apply the perm drug, hair the medicine needs to population. So too, I'm wrapping it properly, vertical as you can see, forming distinctions. By creating finely E here. If you want, the perm comb can be a little thinner. Or as you can see, normal water. I wrap the perm paper and wet the tip. I brought it, and starting from the tip with perm paper. When you use perm paper, feature of perm paper tip. When you hug, good job, this is E medicine. Reached perma. Let's call the perm her hair. We wrap them all together. Hair perm papers are here. Its feature is like this when you apply the medicine. Perm paper on the inside also absorbs that medicine in your hair. Makes it penetrate better with perm medicine. So wrapping it with perm paper is much more. It causes you to get a good result. Suitable for the direction of hair exit. Combing hair. So in accordance with the exit direction of the 90-degree hair. Combing. I'm wetting the perm paper. And I scanned to the very end of the hair that I have combed beautifully. After bringing perma, I take your curler thinly. And I continue my wrapping. I'm wrapping it thinly here. I'm wrapping it down like this. Here. So I apply the wrapping process so that it will not be too loose. I bring it to the bottom of your hair. And I take the tire, and the tire comes to the bottom. I'm clipping the other. And I go to the next hair. As you can see here, neither too thick nor too thin. If you get thick this time, even if you don't wrap it very well, this time it has to be a very good perm curler. This time you can't completely wrap the hair. So ideal 1 rate, you need to buy perm. To wrap. Here the hair is a little denser wave. Also to be wavy, I take the thinnest curler and apply it. Here you see my thumbs. After wrapping the finger. After starting to wrap from the end. Holding with thumbs. By preventing hair from falling apart. Down I continue the wrapping process. I ask you to support my channel, Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I activated the join button of my channel. Join my channel button to support my channel. To my channel monthly with one small budget. You can support according to your budget. This is in my videos both about equipment and other about studies. So you can support me on this, friends. I would be very pleased if you support my channel with the join button. For more videos like this to come, don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Hair my thumbs, as you can see. Touching the wrapped part. My thumbs always stay there. In the same way, we prevent the hair from falling apart. We make it wrap one tighter. Here. As you can see, the tire will reach the bottom of the hair. Not at the top of the hair, but at the bottom of the hair. You need to put the tire on here. E2. As you can see, it creates a tight 1E winding process. I'm taking thin here, neither too thick nor too thin. If you have questions, definitely do this in the comment section of my video. I would be very pleased if you specify. As you can see, after wrapping the perm paper from the ends, holding my two thumbs on the top of the perm paper, preventing hair from falling apart. Hair, nice one way. The most important factor here, wrapping hair in a damp way, because sometimes the perm wraps with medicine. This is actually a very dangerous process, because perm medicine is one drug with a high chemical. If wrapped with perm medicine, already its waiting time is maximum 30 minutes, or 25 minutes. Hair after this minute, directly on the way to deform a E and wear out the hair. Friends, therefore, I always wrap my finger wet one while combing. And then I apply the perm medicine. And in no way, in the perms I've done so far, neither one wear nor damage. In no way, without damage. Very healthy, very well, and it holds the wave well. And a nice job comes out. By doing this kind of work, you can perm smoothly. Here, when you wrap it in one vertical way, when the curls fall, literally revealing the wave. Hug. The shape we wrap is also very important. Vertically, one way to preset the perm backwards to the front. We were wrapping here according to the direction of hair exit. Wrap in one vertical way by applying vertical separations. Applying pearl tunnies. I continue our wrapping process. I wet the hair lightly here, then swollen with a comb. Now there were metal swollen combs before. I was hugging those perms with him much more easily. By the way, because I usually use a plastic skewer comb. Plastic skewer is wrapped in a comb so easily. You used it all the time. But I use plastic skewer comb perm paper. I applied it from the end, as you can see. Perm paper also stones from the front end. For wrapping, it wraps very easily because it prevents it from falling apart. It helps you wrap because there is paper inside. Penetrates the perm medicine inside. And medicine do hair well. It makes it population here. If you don't have a perm and paper, you can also use normal small napkins. You can use it by cutting. U2 perm haircut coloring. Retouched keratin care. Micro welding hair extension services. So, if you want to have studies about hairdressing, if you want to get service from the hairdresser, there are social media addresses in the description section of my video. By making an appointment by reaching ye here. Well, I usually always work by appointment. Haircut coloring from me to come as an appointment. Perm hair coloring. Ombre sombre and other hairdressing services. You can get service in the best way. Hair design. Suitable for your 100 gold. By analyzing the model you want on your hair, I can apply it best. As you can see, now the hill is left. We wrap the other parts. Here I adjust the angle of the video. Yes, after wrapping the top part. Now, after doing that, the process of applying the perm medicine comes. Friends in perm medicine 1. And there is a second drug process. Perm medicine. After wrapping the perm, we wrap it wet. In a moist way. There will be no dripping water like this. The hair will be damp, friends. You know, comfortable lint. So when you comb it, it will not be mohair and lint. Needs a hug. Here is the first 25 minutes after wrapping the perm process. We will put cotton on the edges after applying the medicine well. 1, and there is a dual drug, perm drug 1, and 2, as well as the first drug for natural hair. 2, it goes from medicine to for dyed hair. And a fixator we call E2. In a way with the foam we apply in the washing set. She fixes her hair too. We first wrapped it now after 1. You know, this is for her natural hair. We will apply the medicine. So our model's hair is natural, because there is no paint. We will apply the perm medicine suitable for natural hair. There is also one for normal dyed hair. And on which hair type can we apply perm oil? Only for natural and dyed hair. I prefer to apply it to the hair. Highlight opening painting. Dipper. Honey and other balayage style, that is, the hair that has been opened. We do not apply the perm process because they are worn out. Extra 2. Well, my perm works are a bit of a chemical process. So her hair really deforma, that is, on her worn hair. And the perm is done completely, and the wave process does not hold. Wave well. It doesn't fluctuate, and it wears out the worn hair even more. So I can make myself some other hairdressers. Maybe he can do it without wearing it, but I have worn out hair. Relaxed hair, ombre hair. Balayage applied to hair or opening. Hair dyeing process applied. I don't do perm. only made of normal plain paint, or I apply the perm process to natural hair. Here, while applying the perm process, as you can see, applying vertical separations to the hair in the best way. Steppily thin. Neither too thin nor too thick, taking one pinch. I'm getting the hair. After that, I comb the hair in a good way according to the direction of exit. If the ends are a little dry, I wet them. After scanning well, to the end parts, by slightly wetting the perm paper. I'm wetting the perm paper. As you can see, after wrapping hair, I'm coming to the end of the hair and the end, and I take it for perm curler. From the end, I'm wrapping my thumbs. I hug and perm tire. I tire it to the bottom of your hair. If you rubber your hair on it, it will definitely loosen, will not be stuck, so that the bottom of the hair, if you tire in any way. While applying the perm medicine, the hair will stay tight. It will also protect itself without dispersing. As you can see, I'm wetting the medicine of the finger, and I bring it according to the end of the hair. I fold it and came to the end, as you can see. Andy, I got the turkey. Perm and curler. From left to right. I wear so the tire part to come to my left hand. Yes, as you can see, I apply my wrapping process beautifully. Just like that. Look at the bottom, as you can see. After applying, I wrap it to the bottom shape of the tire and I attach it to the bottom of your tire from there. And then again. This is the last piece. I think I will wrap the last piece too. And then we start to apply the perm process medicine. Here is how I apply the perm process. You want with a cotton. You can apply. I say perm medicine with cotton with a sponge. If you want, I put E1 spray E in the box. And each handle is individually permed E. I sprayed your medicine in the form of a spray, friends. If you have a nice sponge, take the sponge one by one, E. You can apply. If you don't have a sponge or spray can, nice shape squeezing. With him, perm medicine one by one. But how many you wrapped here one by one, thin and thin? You know, you need to penetrate the perm drug. It's very important. You can't do anything. Good population 3. If you don't feed the medicine well, or if you don't population well, what's up here? It's a lot of trouble this time, guys, because the drug perm medicine, E, when it does not penetrate the hair, it doesn't fluctuate well, so the hair doesn't hold. That's why you will get one bad result. E, you need to penetrate the perm medicine into good number hair. So you need to eat well. Yes, our wrapping process is over. As you can see, it's very nice. We applied the wrapping process here. Now, I took gloves in my hand and squeezed it together with the spray. Because it is a permalogic chemical substance, so no one should come to you. So much, it is not a chemical substance that will harm the body a lot. But after all, we squeeze the hair because it also comes to the customer's hair. It's not very chemical. But because she shaped the hair anyway, there are some chemicals in it. That's why I wear gloves. Here I spray with spray, as you can see the spray shape, and rubbing with my hand. Well, I make the perm medicine penetrate. Of course, perm drugs, they have a very heavy smell. Do this to your customer. You have to say, knowing that you smell heavy, it needs to be done consciously. And when the one who made the perma made my statement like this, also to people who want to do, you have to say, in perma, customers usually dream. When I do perm with gorgeous curls, without using anything, they have one dream, like I will use it. These are definitely not like that. Perm hair, okay, waving, but necessarily one shaping foam with dry shaping cream or jelly. Hair after washing. Wave shape. Needs to do shaping. In this process, friends must be ye yourself. I mean, after perming the customer, he is at home. So he won't be able to use it with a normal curl, because it will have to shape with the help of a Vigo. We'll apply the cream or dry it a little. Those who want to do it before they have it done, you need to tell. I'm for those who want to do it again. I'm definitely telling you all that you should be aware of, because we do the perm to the customer. Going after that, my hair didn't wave the way I wanted. Then he says he didn't have curls because why didn't she style her hair at home? That's why he says your hair looks like my perm is broken. Because if you don't wave the hair, no matter how wavy it is, but it gets a little ticklish. That tickling, to get that beautiful wave, she must shape her hair. As you can see here, I apply the perm process to the hair one by one. So we apply the perm medicine. I squeeze it with my finger. Good hair. Let him eat. So I let him penetrate. If we don't do it like this, that is, if we don't apply it one by one, if it does not penetrate one by one, some places are wavy. Some places are like her old hair, so it just doesn't hold. This does not get a good result either. All the service you have done is wasted. Perm medication must be conscious. One professional person, or the medicine of a person who drives. Sometimes these guys are so busy. So the masters know well to the assistants. But assistants also need to drive it well. Because if he doesn't eat well, perm medicine, if it does not penetrate the hair. Hair is not wavy, guys. You need to be aware of this. So it needs to be applied to the hair very well. And here you follow the hair you do well. You have to, because it's too much. You get confused after a certain point. I wonder if I did it to him. You need to squeeze the perm medicine by applying region by region, E. Or you need to apply it with foam. I put the spray in the spray box somehow, because I'm bored. Well, I also applied the hair perm medicine accordingly. So I used it well, sometimes with foam. When you squeeze it, it can drip when you take it and put water. It's like this in the towel. With this. When you spray again, it definitely drips in the hair, friends. Sure. Your favorite name is me, now I put a towel. You need to pay attention to it too. The perm hair, I say the hair, and it opens the hair, can also open the customer's clothes. So make sure to put 1 or 2 towels. Hair may run out after applying the perm medicine. Because I is gravity. No matter how much it drips down, guys. So his shirt can come to his clothes. E, it can be open too. Good one needs to be protected. You see it there.